Good morning, everyone. Thank you for joining us today for our webinar, How to Build a Colossal Email List with Onsite Promotions. My name is Jill, and we have a special guest today here. We have Corey Snow from Justuno, and he's going to take us through tips on building an email list using Onsite Promotions. And it's exciting. We actually have Corey here in the office. A lot of times when we have guest webinar speakers, they're in their own place, and today we have him here. So it's very exciting for us. Just a couple things before I hand this over to Corey. First of all, this webinar will be about 35 minutes, 40 minutes?
30 minutes.
And there will be plenty of time for Q&A at the end of the webinar. So if you do think of questions along the way, go ahead and type those into the box that you see in your GoToWebinar window, and we'll be happy to answer those questions for you at the end. One of the questions we get at every single webinar is this being recorded? And the answer is yes, we are recording the webinar for you. I will have this up on the help site, and we will also probably put it up on our Facebook page as well. Hopefully later today. I don't have a lot of meetings today, so I should be able to get that up there for you in case you want to go back and take a look at some of the great things that Corey's going to go over today. So with that, I'm going to hand this over. Hi, how are you doing?
Doing great. Thanks for having us today. I was really excited to come here and kind of meet with you all at VerticalResponse. You guys have been doing some great things with email marketing over the last decade plus. Really like your responsive design templates that you guys have. Of course, we work with a number of email service providers, and we've got dozens, if not hundreds, of VerticalResponse users using Justuno to grow their email lists. So was hoping to talk to you guys a bit about how to just grow your list at a much greater rate than you could naturally, especially compared to the typical sign-up box that might be up on a website. So again, if you didn't catch that, my name is Corey Snow. I'm with a company called Justuno, and what we do is on-site promotions. On-site, meaning it's on your website, and promotions, meaning you're promoting your products and services through a variety of ways, whether that's through standard promotions like 10% off your next order, or even things like downloadable content or free earrings, as an example I'll show you in just a minute. So we'll go ahead and take questions at the very end. You can insert a question into the chat box, and Jill will probably get to that and read that out loud. So feel free to ask questions while we're doing the presentation, but we'll definitely have a Q&A session at the end. So I guess it's now a few minutes after, so let's go ahead and get started. Now, just real quick about who we are. We're a company based in San Francisco, founded about 4 years ago, started by some formal online retailers and also marketing professionals. We currently have over 23,000 signups, so we're on thousands of websites currently, and we're truly global because we've got lots of customers, of course, in the USA, UK, Australia, Canada, but in all sorts of languages around the world. And we also pride ourselves on our service and support. We want you to be successful on our platform, and we do have account managers available to you. So just a little bit about what we do. We're right down the street from VerticalResponse. We've got a good relationship with them, and we love what they're doing. So if you have any questions about the VerticalResponse integration, make sure that you reach out to one of us. So I'm going to talk generally about what we're trying to do as a company here at Justuno. But first, even more generally, I want to talk about what you're doing. We have, of course, millions of websites out there. Hundreds of thousands of websites are making money on all sorts of platforms using all sorts of systems. But most of them are spending a lot of money to drive traffic. They're doing things like SEO and SEM. Maybe they're using Google AdWords. Maybe they're doing online ads, or maybe even social ads like via Facebook, sponsored posts, or Twitter ads. Maybe if they're a little more sophisticated, they're using retargeting technologies like with AdRoll. Of course, in the abstract, email marketing like VerticalResponse does drive traffic back to the site, but you have to capture them and have them in the system first before it drives that traffic back to the site. And you might even be doing something like affiliate marketing. So lots of different things that you're doing to drive traffic to the site. But what are you doing to convert those people on your site that are looking at your products and services? I'm going to show you what we suggest. So we fall into a category that we call conversion optimization. Of course, we don't cover all aspects of conversion optimization. We cover one specific one, and that's using promotions to convert the people that are on your site. We kind of break this down into three areas. First, you have to attract them. That's that last slide I was just showing you. All those things that you're doing to drive traffic to your site. We don't really help you with that, just to be open with you. What we help with is capturing that traffic that's already on your site. So we fall into the second category of tools. We consider our peers tools like Optimizely. If you know Optimizely, they're a really great A/B testing company based out of San Francisco as well. Review systems, testimonials and reviews are great ways to convert people on a site. Bazaar Voice is a well-known one. Yotpo is another good partner of ours. Of course, live chat. There's systems like Olark and Intercom and Live Chat Inc. These require a person in place so that they are engaging with those website visitors in real time, almost like a salesperson. And then a fourth category would be promotions. Now, often I'll run into people who say, yeah, we don't really do much promotions, we don't do many coupon codes, and all it takes is a 30-second internet search, and I'll find a half dozen promo codes for company X, Y, or Z out there on the internet, on sites like coupons.com or RetailMeNot. So everybody's doing these types of promo codes and discounts. What we want to do is keep them on your website so they don't have to open up Google and do an internet search, coupon code for Pottery Barn. So our goal is to convert them on site and to give them the promo code or deliverable, and the deliverable can be anything from a download, MP3 download, case study, what have you, and keep them on site so that increases our chances of converting them in real time. Keep them on site, convert them on site, and if you don't convert them into a sale, at least convert them into a fan or email subscriber. That's really our motto. So finally, the third kind of area, which I'll just quickly touch on, email marketing, retargeting, cart abandonment, analytics. These are all tools meant to keep the people that are on your site so you can make adjustments and remarket to those people. Okay, so again, we do on-site marketing. On-site meaning on your website. This is not on Facebook. This is not on some other system. It's not on coupons.com or RetailMeNot. We know that 98% of all website visitors don't convert into a sale. So what are you doing to capture that 98% of website visitors and at least turn them into an email subscriber and remarketing to them through VerticalResponse? So our goal is to increase the amount of people converting into a sale, but the reality is most people that come to your website are simply window shopping. So, but even though they're window shoppers, they're there for a reason. Maybe they did an internet search and found you. Maybe they found you through some sort of affiliated site. In any case, we want to capture more of them and turn them into email subscribers or social fans, if not a sale. As you probably know, and this number ranges anywhere from as high as 75%. If anything below 50% is pretty good. But 55% of all shopping carts are abandoned, meaning that if somebody puts something in a cart, and they get all the way to the checkout page, and then all of a sudden they see the price after tax, shipping, and any additional costs. So what they're doing is essentially seeing the total cost of the item, what it would cost. I don't know if you've ever been in that, if you've ever had that experience where you are simply, you want to buy a product, you find it online, it's $30. And so you go ahead and you put it in your cart, and then all of a sudden after tax and shipping, it's now $39, $41, what have you. Well, a lot of people, that's why they're leaving, because of the unexpected costs. So the number one reason people will leave a shopping cart with items in that shopping cart is because of those unexpected costs like shipping and taxes. So what Justuno can do is dangle a little offer in front of them to encourage them to still check out now, even though it was, even though tax and shipping has been added to the overall cost. So, little fun fact I always love to throw out. For every $10 that's spent on driving traffic to a site, something we call off-site or traffic driving marketing technologies, only $1 is invested in on-site conversion technologies, some of those conversion technologies we see above. We think that's really lopsided. People are not trying hard enough to convert the traffic that's already on their site, and if they're doing so, they're doing it kind of in a passive way. Reviews are great, but reviews are just building credibility. They're not going to convert today. A/B testing is awesome, and you should do A/B testing, but A/B testing takes analysis, it takes time, and it doesn't necessarily lead to sales today. With Justuno, you've got a real-time impact, and you can get an offer up and running on Justuno and convert that same day. And I'll show you how we do that. So just to kind of summarize what we do in a nutshell, we call it Justuno Onsite Promotions, and we have these 5 areas that we focus on. On-site promotions, they look like pop-ups. Technically, they're overlays. A pop-up opens up in a separate URL. We actually get asked this question quite a bit.
I bet you do.
Yeah. So Google came out with a new algorithm. I guess it was sometime last year. And they said pop-ups are bad. And we agree, pop-ups are bad. But a true pop-up, as defined by Google, is when it opens up another page with another URL. This type of overlay exists in the page itself as a JavaScript snippet. And so therefore it complies with Google requirements. So it is an overlay, and I'll show you some examples of that. Exit offers. I don't know if you've ever heard of Bounce Exchange. It's a company that charges anywhere from $3,000 to $10,000 a month for exit technology. What is exit technology? It's when somebody tries to leave the browser plain and bam, you pop open an offer that says, hey, don't go. Here's 10% off your next order today or in the future. That's what an exit offer is. Gated content, PDFs, case studies, downloadable MP3s, recipe cookbooks, anything that can be digitally gated behind some sort of requirement, you can do with Justuno. We also do forms and surveys. This is not actually a functionality of our own system. We would actually take VerticalResponse, create a form of some form, and then take the embed code for that form and put it into Justuno. And what that does is allows you to collect more information than just the email address, than just the Facebook like. So you can actually embed VerticalResponse, and I'll show you in a moment, into Justuno and pop it open so that they have a incentivized form or survey. This is different than just a form or survey. An incentivized form or survey gives something after that action has been completed. You can also do contests and sweepstakes, very popular way to use Justuno, and I'll show you some examples of that as well. Now, one other thing, just to touch on this, it's not showing offers to everybody who comes to your site. We show offers and promotions to people based upon their behavior on site. So things like, where are they coming from? What's the referring URL? How many times have how many pages have loaded during their visit? What part of the world are they coming from? What state are they coming from? Have they interacted with Justuno before? Have they seen Justuno offers on the site before? So based upon the behavior on site, not technically tagging the person specifically, but based upon behavior, we're able to show offers, like a specific offer to people trying to leave a site. Okay, so I'm going to switch over to a couple of live examples. Oops, excuse me. But before we take a look at some examples, I just want to show you how we would integrate with VerticalResponse. We have two integrations. basically you set it up with the email address, the password, and then the list ID. It's as simple as that. And when you set it up, it's set up forever, and basically you just select vertical response and the specific list ID that you want to send that data to. And what's cool about this is when you're using vertical response, this is kind of a long play. And what I mean by that is most likely you're going to have some sort of campaign or drip campaign that is triggered by the new email address that's been entered into Justuno. But what Justuno does is it shows the promo code right then and there. So we're encouraging them to check out right now. But let's say that they ignore it and they just go ahead and interact with it, get the promo code, and don't use it. Well, that's when vertical response comes in with smart campaigns that drip on them with promo codes and various kind of marketing messages. So again, we integrate vertical response once. We capture the information via Justuno. You can show the promo code or whatever digital incentive you wanted to right then and there. If they don't respond to that, then we're dripping on them through a smart campaign through vertical response. And again, this is designed for e-retailers. This is designed for the entry-level marketer. You just need a little bit of design skill and you can get a great looking promotion that is the same thing as some of the big boys are doing. And so I want to show you how that's done. But let me just show you one or two quick client success stories. This particular company, Okabashi, I don't know if you've ever heard of them, but they do these nice little sandals that you can see in Walgreens and CVS. They're kind of the East Asian old man sandals. I actually have a pair myself I wear around the house. Anyway, they had a promo code on their homepage that said, Okabashi 20% off. It just sat there on the homepage, revealed to the world, and anybody could use it at any time. There's no psychological value to having a promo code simply sitting on a website. So what they found is that when they gated that promo code, they actually got an increase in the coupon redemption rate. So they got a 47% increase in the amount of coupon redemptions during this period, analysis period. They also got an increase of 128% of Facebook fans, and more importantly, almost a 400% increase in the amount of email signups. So they actually had a sales impact of 15%, and they were able to increase their amount of email signups by 4x. Now, the thing about email is it's the best converting social channel. Now, I just called it a social channel, which might confuse some people, but what I mean by that is, if you think about it, it's kind of like the original social connection, digitally at least. We see a 7% conversion rate over the lifetime value of email subscribers. Now, that means out of the 100 people that join the list, if you're doing good, smart email marketing, you can get up to 7 sales from those 100 email addresses that you just collected. So if you're collecting 100 email addresses in a week, and you increase that to 400, in theory, you just added 21 sales over your typical average of 7 sales. I hope that makes sense. So Justuno helps with sales conversion, email lead capture, and social fan growth. Now, another company we really love, Hot Dog Collars. In fact, I do use their products. This is my dog there on the left. It might be hard to see, but you can see it's a custom collar with the Justuno bot on it, and these are our dog models, Bean and Mingus. But they were able to see a conversion rate increase of 67% when using Justuno. It was so successful that the owner, Todd Handler, actually had to shut Justuno off because he didn't believe the results. And what happened when he shut off Justuno, immediately saw a decrease in the conversion rates. And so, of course, he turned it back on. He was also able to see almost a 60% increase in newsletter signups. Depending on the focus of the offer, you can focus on email lead capture or social fan growth or simply sales conversion. Regardless, we're seeing a increase in the amount of signups and an increase in the conversion rate using Justuno. So you might ask, how is this done? What are you talking about? On-site promotions. Everybody's doing promotions on their site anyway. what we want them to do, what they want them to be, is to be creative, engaging, funny, seasonal, what have you, but we want it to match your site's branding, we want it to match your site's messaging, and we want it to be so likable that even if they don't intend on checking out today, we want them still to interact with it. That's the difference between a little box that says, hey, sign up for our newsletter, versus what we do. So let me show you a couple of quick examples. These are some of my favorite examples. That's Justuno bot right there. And I wanted to show you some examples. You can make it match any site's branding, which is much different than some of our competitors out there where they all look the same. They're all kind of, I can tell our competitors' tools because they look the same across all the websites. That's not true with Justuno. You can make it match any site's branding. You can upload your own images. You can make it custom. You can embed it in web pages. Lots of different things. And of course, there are different goals as well. It's not just social growth. It's not just email growth. It's not just sales conversion. It's all of those things in kind of an open platform. So again, I'm showing you these to just show you some of the creative ways that you can use Justuno. Now, this is something called an exit offer. I kind of mentioned Bounce Exchange a few minutes ago. This company, Country Club Prep, was using it almost exclusively for exit offers. So here I am floating around the screen, kind of looking at their products and services. I do a couple page loads, and then all of a sudden I decide, I'm out of here. Didn't really see anything that caught my eye. I like what they're selling, but hey, what's this? I try to leave the screen. I move my mouse up towards the exit button, and bam, we pop open an offer that says, hey, before you leave, how about 10% off everything? Now, obviously, I want that promo code, if not for today, maybe for a future time. So I submit my email address, and then again, it flows directly into VerticalResponse. I then can copy that promo code and check out today, or it can go into VerticalResponse, and I can have it exist in my email address, in my email inbox, until I'm ready to use it. But the exit offer is a way to capture the attention of someone that's trying to leave the site and to convert them into a sale, ideally, but if not a sale, an email subscriber or a social fan. Now, here are some examples that focus on email growth. There are some gated content examples and contests. Let's take a couple looks at these. And again, some of these examples are just to show you how easy it is to get a good-looking offer up and running on your site and to make it match your site's branding. A lot of people like to focus just on email. My philosophy is not everybody wants to submit their email address. So why not have one additional option like Facebook or Instagram, what have you, as a backup in case they don't want to submit their email address. We want to capture as many people as possible. Watch Warehouse, obviously we're making it match the site's branding. They kind of have a more serious look and feel. This particular company, SoShape, is a French company that does kind of vitamin triangle thingies. Point being, you can run Justuno in any language, and it'll match your site's font and whatnot. Tower Paddleboards, they were a Shark Tank company. They're on the TV show. They ran a contest called for a free inflatable paddleboard. Now, that probably cost them a couple $100 in manufacturing costs. And over the period, they were able to collect, and I think it was a 2-week period, they collected 11,000 emails for a contest. Of course, those people are basically agreeing to go into the newsletter. And, of course, at a 7% conversion rate, or even at a more modest 4% conversion rate, that's still dozens of sales that they're getting.
That's awesome. That's a great amount of addresses they collected.
Yeah, and you know, they don't have, they have good traffic. I think they have right around 50,000 visitors a month, but that's not hundreds of thousands of visitors a month. Mm-hmm. And they really were able to accelerate their email capture by 4x or so. Couple more quick examples. You can do digital downloads. In this case, it's a garlic recipe book. Just enter your email address. And of course, this costs you absolutely nothing. So if you happen to have a food site and you happen to have recipes that you give out through your email marketing, why not also gate that and put them in the email queue and basically drip on them through smart marketing. Bacon today, same thing. Bacon recipe book. Who doesn't love bacon? Well, a lot of people don't like bacon, but I like it. So those are a couple examples of email lead capture, sweepstakes, and gated content that I think you should use to grow your vertical response list. A couple more quick examples. Bon Jovi, this is all out-of-the-box functionality. No custom coding. You don't need a designer. You're just uploading an image or two. And you can have it restrict. It doesn't have to be 10% off or $5 off. You can even do in-store. Ruby Tuesday actually had used Justuno for in-store discounts. So you get the discount online, you go to the physical store, and you can get 25% off. One of the things that we do recommend is that you customize the images in Justuno. It's just far more engaging. You want to make it match your site's branding as well. So in these examples, you can see how they upload an image. They're using all the native functionality in Justuno, and their goal is to capture email addresses and or likes. Okay. Now, just wanted to skip a little bit forward, just in the interest of time. Millennial companies, fashion companies love us because you can do some really creative things with Justuno. We are trying to be kind of an open canvas. Unlike some of the systems out there that show a generic looking box that's the same on every website, you can really do some cool things with Justuno to capture the attention of those website visitors. And again, it's not just about the sales. Of course, that's our goal, but we want to turn them into fans. We want them to say, hey, I like what you guys do, and I don't mind you sending me emails through Vertical Response. And that's kind of the goal, is to, if they don't want to check out today, bare minimum we want them to become an email subscriber, and if not, then a social fan, and then we can drip on them through all the channels and hopefully convert them over the long run. Cool, so I'm going to switch over to the actual product itself. So I'm going to slip away from these demo examples, just one moment. See what happens if I put it. Hopefully this is the right button. No.
There you go. I can see it now.
Okay.
I think it might have just been pausing for a second.
Great. So mentioned how you can take a vertical response form and gather more information by taking the embed code and putting it into Justuno. I wanted to show you a quick example of that. So Sense of Style has a great example. Their goal was to build their social audience and their email address list, but they didn't want only the email address because they know that personalized marketing is more effective than generic marketing. And so what they wanted to do was collect the first name, so they add that to the database and then send emails saying, hey Jennifer, take advantage of our offers. So this particular company, free earrings with your first order. You can see Justuno kind of hanging out there on the side. I go ahead and click on that. This pops open, and as you see, it asks them and kind of incentivizes them to enter their first name and email address. That's kind of the focus. And then down at the bottom, you'll see it says, or like, follow us on Facebook and or Instagram. So this is a form that allows us to collect more information. Now, this is a very basic form. You could ask questions, what's your favorite thing about Sense of Style? What are you looking for in a fashion website? You could do kind of a survey of sorts. Or if you want their full name or more information about, their favorite products and services. Point being, you can basically take Justuno, take the embed code from Vertical Response, whatever that form is collecting, Justuno can collect it for you. And this is all done through our native system. And this is a live example. Now, we have a Justuno v.2, which is currently live at the moment. And this is kind of Justuno 2014. we've got a brand new system coming out in just a matter of days. So you can kind of see what our old system looks like. And now to our new system. So as you see here, much cleaner functionality, much better UI, much easier creation of the promotions that you put on your site. Again, we're not trying to replace anything that you're currently doing. We just want to give you a suite of tools that allow you to control your promotions on your own site in real time. So we're taking the power away from the Groupons of the world, from the Retail Me Nots of the world, coupons.com, and you control your own promotions so that you're not sending them to affiliate sites, sometimes having to pay affiliate fees, and you're increasing the chances that they turn into a sale today. And you're also developing the relationship by turning them into an email subscriber or social fan. So just as a comparison, so this was taken from, this is a screenshot of Pottery Barn a few weeks ago. This offer right here was just sitting on the homepage of Pottery Barn. We believe in what they're doing. This is what the big boys are doing. Sign up, then save 10% off your next online order. So what that's implying is you're going to get something in the email, and it's going to be for your next order. Well, what about the order today, right? Why not convince them to check out today? So we believe in what Pottery Barn is doing, but we're taking it one step further and showing them the promo code in real time. So I want to show you, not that we're trying to copy what Pottery Barn is doing, but I want to show you how easy it is to recreate that in Justuno. So I'm going to flip over to Justuno right now. So we basically took an image very similar and created this in Justuno. Now, if you look at the Pottery Barn example, they probably had a marketer decide on the marketing campaign. They then had a graphic designer craft something up. And then they had to go and get the legal department to clear all the terms. And then they had this person doing that, and they had this person doing that. And all of a sudden, there's 6 people involved for a simple promotion that would only take 10 minutes to create in Justuno. So we're giving you the tools that allow you to do the same things that the big guys are doing, and we're doing it at a cost-effective price and allowing you to keep those promotions on your own site without any middlemen. You want to create a 10% off promo code that's valid through the end of the month, you can do that in a matter of minutes with Justuno. So we've got a drag and drop designer now, which is really beautiful and allows you to kind of control what it looks like. I can just move this all around the screen and basically can make it look however we'd like. If there are certain elements that we want to add, we add layers, social layers, for example, additional information, additional images. So it's a drag and drop interface, not unlike PowerPoint. We'd like to think easier to use than PowerPoint. And there are different elements to it as well. This is what they see when they first come to the site. After they engage with it, promo code is shown here. We can even add an intro screen. An intro tab is kind of a neat concept, but basically it's saying, hey, would you like an offer, yes or no? It's what in the marketing industry is sometimes called a micro commitment. Would you like this? Yes, I would. No, I wouldn't. Of course, they use language to convince them to click yes. But you can do an intro like that, show them what's required of them, say, yes, I'd like a discount. Okay, well, all you have to do is enter your email address or like us on Facebook, and then after that, the promo code is shown. But what is amazing about this is the drag and drop interface that allows you to create these promotions in very little time without middlemen. And we can even design the tab. This is just a standard save now. You can do anything creative, images, a funny little character. Cartoon characters are popular. Just about anything with Justuno. So we went from seeing this on Pottery Barn and recreating this in a matter of 10 minutes with a PNG form. So just to show you one more example, this was from Banana Republic. So this, again, was a couple weeks ago. They rotate their promotions, which we recommend. Says sign up and save 25% off. You have to enter your email address, and then for some reason you have to enter it in again. We were able to recreate this in a matter of minutes. using Justuno. And again, if you check this out, these are all kind of you can just move this stuff around however you'd like. Drag and drop interface. We want you to be able to create your own beautiful promotions with just a little bit of design knowledge to make it match your site's branding, and to be able to do what the big boys are doing without needing a team of people to create it for you. And you can move it all together. Move it all around the screen. There's pre and post engagement. Again, point being, not asking you to copy what the big boys are doing. Just wanted to show you how easy it is to do the same quality offers on their site. And if these guys are doing it, these guys know what they're doing. These companies, Pottery Barn, Banana Republic, Gap, every single one of them, you go to their sites, they're going to have some sort of offer on their homepage. They're now starting to incentivize those as well. So it's not just a matter of, it's not just a matter of, hey, sign up for our newsletter. It's, hey, sign up for our newsletter and get this. They understand the value of incentivizing people to perform email and social actions. Okay. So just a couple other quick notes about the new system debuts this week. Just to be open with you, it's supposed to debut on the 1st of this month, but we pushed it back 2 weeks just to add a couple additional features and do a little bit of testing. So we're about to debut the new system. We're really excited about it, and I really think it's a best-in-class product. After you've created the promotion, we're then moving on to the rules. Now, I don't have any rules set up here, but the rules are basically, the geo-targeting, time on site, page loads, things like that. And then after that, we integrate with VerticalResponse using kind of one of the two methods that we connect here. And once you set it up, you can reuse that integration, so you don't have to do that every time, obviously. Then finally, you can do A/B testing. Oops, sorry. Looks like someone was playing around with my example. A/B testing is A/B testing of promotions. Which one works better for your site? 10% off or $10 off? So you can then, in an alternating fashion, throw up those two promotions, then analyze the data as to which is working best for your company. So again, you create the promotions in Justuno. We've got a beautiful designer that is really best in class. You then put that promotion live and you A/B test it to see what's working. And then you've got a suite of essentially promotions, tools and promotions that you can rotate throughout the year. You can put a general one on the homepage and just let it run forever, or you can actually time it with campaigns, Memorial Day campaigns, summer campaigns, July 4th campaigns, Christmas, holidays, what have you. And then you rotate them throughout the year, and you do want to keep them fresh, engaging, inviting, likable, not spammy, and in doing so, you're going to get more sales, but also more fans that you can then drip on through email marketing campaigns and VerticalResponse. So I think I've gone over my allotted time. I was hoping to do 30 minutes or so.
Oh, that's fine. This was interesting.
Yeah, so let me go ahead and switch back just to the main demo, if I can find it. Excuse the switching around. So how do you think that, Joe, how do you think that lines up with kind of growing your email list? Are you seeing this to be kind of a trend these days, or?
Oh, for sure. Yeah, I see a lot of things like this, or not a lot, but I see some things like this on websites, and I think putting your sign-up form front and center like that makes it a lot easier to encourage people to sign up, and offering some kind of an incentive. And as Corey said, it doesn't have to be a % off. You don't have to give away the whole show just to get people to sign up to be on your mailing list, but you can use it as a way to offer content. So you can use it to gate your content and let people download a white paper or a guide or something like that. So if you're a nonprofit, for example, and you don't have something that you can offer at 10% off, you still have things that you can share with people that could encourage them to sign up. And you don't have to have a discount anyway. Having it show up in front of your website is something that will really get people's attention. I know it works for me, and I like to think I'm a professional in the email marketing space. But whenever I see something really interesting and creative like this, as a way to get my attention and to get my email address, I really appreciate it. And I think this is something that looks really professional, and I think that can make your business look really good as well.
Yeah, and I think the looking professional and matching your site's branding is really key to success in this model. Again, we're not trying to do anything magical, anything super special. You're probably doing some form of this marketing already. What we want it to be is as successful as possible. What we've learned is that generic, it just kind of, people just don't see it when it looks the same as it looks on any other website. Just as an example, I don't know if you've ever gone to a retail website and they've got a little chat button down in the bottom right. Well, that chat button looks the same on every other site that it's on. And so when I go to a website and I see that, my brain almost doesn't even see it. That's true if you have generic promotions. So if you've got a generic promotion box that just kind of slides out from the side, and it's, there's some good companies out there, and there's some that have, very little customization. We want it to be as engaging as possible so that if they don't plan on checking out today, they still interact with it. And to do that, you have to be funny. You have to be seasonal. You have to be relevant to their interests. Cute, sexy, funny, whatever happens to work for your own brand, you want it to kind of reflect your brand, and of course you want it to be easy to create and manage, and that's the system we're trying to create.
I was at a trade show last week, and I was chatting with a woman who was talking about how she had got her website going, and she had it up and running, and she was excited to see how much traffic she had gotten without doing a lot of promotion, and then nothing happened. And she was saying, I don't know if people can't tell that they can make a purchase from my website. And I was just thinking, as I was watching this, wouldn't it have been perfect for her to have seen this and maybe be able to at least capture a like on Facebook or a person's email address and still be able to get information to all those people that hit her site, even if they didn't make a purchase when they were there.
Yeah. Well, and as I was saying earlier, 97% of all website visitors are not going to check out. And that's fine. That's part of the game. What we want to increase, obviously, the amount of traffic. We don't take care of that. But what we do is increase the amount of captures of the people that are coming. Look, you've already spent the effort in driving the traffic there. Why not spend a little more effort in converting them into an email subscriber or a social fan? And just want to hit on one final point about conversion rates. Vertical Response, people using smart email marketing, they will get a conversion rate of 6 to 7% over the lifetime value of those email subscribers. Again, 100 new email subscribers, 6 or 7 of them will check out over the lifetime of their subscription. So just as a comparison, Facebook is the #1 social channel for conversions still, and they're converting around 3.5%. So about half the rate of email marketing through Vertical Response. The other social networks, Instagram, LinkedIn, YouTube, they all float around 2%, which is still pretty good. You get 100 fans, you get 2 sales. So you obviously want to grow that. But when it comes to conversions, email marketing is king. And set up a smart drip campaign through Vertical Response, and then you're capturing them via a smart promotion on your website. Convert them to a subscriber. Maybe they check out today. Maybe they don't. If they don't, we still have that email drip campaign that will convince them that they should buy your products or services. So just a quick little note, we do integrate with all e-commerce platforms, all the major ones. We try to remain platform agnostic, so we have apps and listings in most of the stores. We do recommend our preferred partner, Vertical Response. So, we've gotten a lot of good customers coming from VerticalResponse, and we, of course, help build their email list in VerticalResponse. And with social channels, again, we try to cover all the major ones. I think we're adding Reddit. That's a new one we're adding pretty soon. And there's a couple other that are in the pipe. So I think at this point, just wanted to say thank you, Jill, for having us there today. We are kind of the new kids on the block with this. Our product has been live since 2012, but we really started taking off in 2014. We do have a specific promo code if anybody wanted to try Justuno. It's VerticalResponse 25 for 25% off any plan today. But my name is Corey. And Jill, thanks for having me. Was there anything you wanted to add before we open this up to questions?
I think I covered a lot of it. I do have to say I also like those exit. What are they called?
Exit offers. We call them.
The exit offers. And I noticed that a handful of websites that I go to use them, but not very many. And the only reason I know it is because I have a monitor that I plug into my laptop, and so I'm using two screens. And I move my mouse onto the other screen, which makes it think that I'm leaving the website, even if I'm not. So I can see how many people are using those, and it's really not that many. And I think it could be really effective, especially for a small business. If you think people are going to be bouncing from your website fairly quickly, just popping up something on there to maybe get them to stay or look at some other thing that you have on your site could really help with the conversion as well. But I think that's kind of a cool idea.
Yeah, and the company that we don't mind comparing ourselves to, Bounce Exchange, I mean, they position themselves more like an agency where they do everything for you, so you don't have to design anything. We actually do something similar to Bounce Exchange, but instead of having designers and a graphic designer and an account manager do everything for you, we give you the tools to do it yourself. So we're kind of self-service. We do have support. We do have account managers that can give you advice, but ultimately we want you to control the promotions. These tools allow you to control your own promotions on your own site in real time without any middlemen. And the exit offer is great because it works. We've got the data to prove it.